Hi there, it's Vince Mohr, your mortgage professional on the Central Coast, Central Valley, and beyond. And today in this video, I'd like to just share with you why I feel that brokering is better, at least in my opinion. And if you find this video or any of my videos informative, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, as I provide lots of good information on home loans, real estate, and the market in general. I'd like to share with you a story about a loan that we recently closed for a buddy of mine and his wife. But before I do, I'd kind of like to just differentiate between the different types of lenders that are out in the marketplace. First, commercial banks, Wells Fargo, Chase, B of A, etc. And primarily these lenders, they have a captive audience with all their depositors and all the different kinds of financing and loans that they do. So they primarily make what's known as conventional loans. There's conforming loans, there's conforming high balance loans, and then there's jumbo loans. And that's primarily the home loans that they originate. They do a lot of other things as well, though. Commercial loans and construction loans and automobile loans, of course, and student loans. And so they have a myriad of different products that they originate. But as far as mainstream home loans go, single family to 4 units, again, that's conventional, and jumbo's kind of what they focus on. And then next is mortgage bankers. That's actually prior to going back to brokering from home about a little over a year ago. That's what those are the types of companies that I had been working with, managing for the last handful of years since '08. And mortgage bankers, they do lend their own money, but they're strictly focused on, the only thing they lend on is residential property, single family to 4 units, or primarily that's what they lend on. And they have a myriad of products. Not only do they have the conventional conforming high balance and jumbo, but they also originate FHA, VA, USDA, and once they've made those loans, then they turn around and sell them on the secondary market, because they don't have the money coming in the way of deposits. So they have to kind of replenish the stock, if you will, or the money that they have to be able to lend back out for the next set of loans. The next lenders in the marketplace that I want to talk about are NonQM lenders, and they've just recently popped up over the course of the last few years. And NonQM meaning non-qualified mortgage. So they're different. They do different loans than the loans that I just had touched on. So back in the day, you might have considered these lenders to be hard money lenders, and so they have products completely different than like I say, the ones that just kind of went over. Then there's the next type of lenders out there, which is what I'm back to doing, and that's mortgage brokering. And mortgage brokers can actually originate the loans for all the entities mentioned above, whether it be a commercial bank, a mortgage bank, or a non-QM lender, just giving our clients and customers a much greater range of product to choose from. Getting back to this buddy of mine and his wife, they probably are two of the most qualified people I've ever done a loan for in my 30 plus years of originating and nearly 2,000 loans closed. But they're very sophisticated borrowers. They're self-employed, so they have the opportunity to they write a lot of their expenses off as far as their businesses are concerned. Complex tax returns, and just they're complex individuals to try and at least get a loan for. So the typical 30-year fixed or 15-year fixed wasn't going to work for these folks. So we ended up going to 4 different non-QM lenders, trying to come up with a product or a loan that would one, suit their needs, but two, that we could get through. So as far as the different non-QMs that we looked at, the first was what's known as a bank statement loan, where we tried to take, first we tried to just look at doing a qualifying loan, qualifying mortgage, and that wasn't going to work. So then we looked at, we went to an investor, a non-QM lender investor, for a bank statement loan. And basically what they do with that loan is they'll either take 24 months for a business account or 12 months for a personal account, checking account, and then they'll create income taking an average over however many months, the respective number of months, they'll come up with an average income. So that didn't necessarily work. So then the next loan that we looked at was doing an asset depletion. These folks certainly have considerable assets. And the caveat with that was that with an asset depletion, they take assets of one or multiple accounts, usually just one. They'll take the assets, they'll multiply it by a factor, and then divide that by 360 months. So that one didn't work. So then the fourth loan that we looked at was going with a loan that where we created a living trust, put their assets inside of the living trust, and then kind of like an asset depletion, but we only had to divide it by 36 months rather than 360 months, and then that gave us the additional income that we needed to qualify these folks. So, and that's actually a program that I just recently became familiar with. But the point being is that we certainly have just many more options to be able to go to and rate, shopping one lender for the next to trying to find the best interest rate, maybe try and find the best terms. And in this case, just trying to find a lender that will allow us to create additional income to get them qualified. So anyways, that's kind of my reasoning as to why I feel brokering's better. And and the good news is that we closed this loan on time. We went to looked at 4 different loan programs, and we were able to close on time with actually a day or two early, within 45 days. So a lot of times the plight with brokers would be that you lose control. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. And if you found the information to be informative, please subscribe, like, and share. And if I can assist you or anyone that you know with a home loan, please keep me in mind. I wish you all the best.